Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm your Kennywood fanatic, and I hope yinz are all having a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I know I am. Skyrocket is one of Kennywood's headlining attractions, and I don't talk about it nearly enough. So, without further ado, let's get into my review of Skyrocket. Skyrocket starts with a turn out of the station before launching you 50 miles an hour. You then climb the 95-foot tall top hat and are held by a trim brake at the top. This kind of makes it feel like a dive coaster, but not really. You then plummet down the drop into a snappy cutback. And then you fly into a whippy 0G roll before doing a turn up into the mid-course brake run. You then do my favorite moment of the ride, which is the drop off the mid-course. You then fly into a U-turn, low to the ground, this has some good forces, into a hang time filled 0G roll with another U-turn, and at this point the ride kind of dies. You do some very, very forceless S-bends, I don't even know what the point is, before doing another turnaround and into some quote-unquote airtime hills that give no airtime. I wish that this were like an inline twist or something. That would have been so much better. You then slowly glide into the brake run, thus ending your 2,100-foot, 65-second journey on Skyrocket. I will talk about both the objective rankings and my subjective rankings because I think that they're different enough to be able to talk about them two differently. For the objective portion, there will be 4 different categories that contribute to the rankings. Those are intensity, operations, smoothness, and I'm replacing appearance this time with comfort. Skyrocket's first half is super intense, and it's almost flawless. The launch is super forceful, the top hat manages good airtime on the way down. Yes, the trim brake does kind of kill some airtime, but it's fine. The cutback is snappy, the 0G roll is, well, let's just say it's something else. It's one of my favorite elements ever. The drop off the mid-course has great ejector, and the corkscrew has good hang time. Those elements all hit super hard, but after the corkscrew, the ride kind of dies. The S-bends do nothing for me, and the airtime hills have 0 airtime. If I was giving a score based off just the first half, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. But with the abysmal ending factored in, I give the intensity for Skyrocket a 6.5 out of 10. Skyrocket's operations are typically better than most other rides at Kennywood. It consistently runs 2 trains, and the ops, for the most part, do a good job sending them and making sure they don't stack. Sometimes the trains do stack, but it's not too often. Skyrocket's biggest issue in terms of operations is the ability to only have 12 riders per train. The premier trains are super short and they don't have as many riders as they could versus like Phantom, which has 13, 14 rows that can have 4 people per car. So it definitely lacks in the capacity, but the operators do such a good job of getting the train sent that even if you're back at the cattle pens, the line still doesn't take too long. For operations, Skyrocket gets an 8 out of 10. Skyrocket is one of the smoothest coasters at the park. Premier is known for making some of the smoothest rides out there, and Skyrocket offers a very smooth experience. Don't get me wrong, however, over the past 2 or 3 years, I have noticed a slight rattle starting to develop. It's nothing major, and not even really noticeable. It's not to the extent of Steel Curtain's rattle. Like I said, it's not too noticeable. I'm just very sensitive to rattles, especially on steel coasters. But yeah, for the average Joe, it'll be fine. It's a very smooth coaster still. For smoothness, Skyrocket gets a 9 out of 10. I just spent like 30 seconds describing how smooth of a coaster Skyrocket is. So why do I have a different category for comfort than smoothness? Well, I don't think necessarily a smooth coaster is a comfortable coaster. Yes, Skyrocket is a smooth coaster. That, however, does not mean it's a comfortable ride. Skyrocket's comfort issues don't come from its smoothness or its tracking, but its trains. I'm 6 feet tall, and the lap bars are not very nice to my legs. I've cramped on this ride before due to the shin guard on the lap bars. And due to a metal plate taking away some leg room, I can't ride in row 3 or 6 because I can't tuck my legs underneath the seat. Premier trains are not very tall person friendly at all. Every Premier coaster I have done, I needed to twist myself into a pretzel to ride. Joker's Jinx, Flight of Fear, Tempesto, Skyrocket, those are all I have to turn into a contortionist to ride. For comfort, I give Skyrocket a 5 out of 10. If you averaged all these scores together, you get a score of 7.125 out of 10. In reality, I think Skyrocket is like a 6.75 or maybe a 7 out of 10. It's a fun launch coaster, but I wish we got more with it. Maybe a swing launch, or instead of the airtime hills, a slow inline twist finale. Skyrocket is fine for what it is, but it leaves more to be desired. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Do you agree or disagree with my thoughts on Skyrocket? Please let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a like. Any interaction with this video is great. Also, if you like some of my other content, maybe consider dropping a sub. But as always, when the train comes to a complete and final stop, please push down, then pull up on your lap bars. Exit safely to your right, and have a great rest of your day here at Kennywood Park.